Thank you for tuning in to WDRB Media, the voice of the community, the only station giving you double the information and inspiration. You're listening to Highly Doubted. I'm your host, K.Q Dawg. Well, that song you just heard was 2 Cents. That's on all platforms. Go check it out. Also, I have a mixtape called Solo Savage. It's on SoundCloud. I'm trying to get it on all Spotify and Apple Music platforms, but you got to clear some stuff. So let that just take time. Well, this is a special day. Joining us in the studio today, I have my dear friend Gabes Passion. She is a college graduate, just graduated from A&T University. I'm going to let her take the floor. I just want to talk a little bit. But she is a dear friend of mine. She obviously knows the journey of Highly Doubted and understands what that means, and she's going to tell her piece. And she also has a platform that she's pushing as well. I'm gonna let her take the floor. So Gabby, go ahead and tell the people your contact.
All right. My name is Gabrielle Ramsor, as KQ said. I also go by Gab.e. I am an artist, and I am sensitive about my ish. I am from Philadelphia, striving to be the best version of myself and to achieve levels of leadership through hard work and talent. That is my artist motto, as I like to say, BTBB, all that. So within that, I choose to focus on my music and focus on perfecting my craft in performance and dance and singing, writing music, as well as mentoring to other people that are striving for the same things and the same goals, similar to my own. I am, yes, a graduate from the North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. Aggie Pride. I hailed out with a psychology degree, and through that I'm deciding to tie in my passion for music as well as tie in my knowledge and education that I earned at A&T, and through that I decided to take on hospice care and peer support. It is a very difficult field to work in. However, I think music and the arts really helps aid to that and kind of creates a cushion for the difficult situations that hospice care and peer support may bring upon me. I really enjoy the journey that I have started. It's not easy. It's definitely
takes time.
Yeah, it definitely takes time.
Definitely.
The fluctuation of emotions and the uncertainty of tomorrow, it kind of is the drive that I have for today, you know. I try my best to focus on the positives instead of the negatives, because there can be a lot of positives within that.
I agree. Okay, so talking about your journey, I want to get into it because, you know, this is Highly Doubted. I want to talk about first of all, what made you want to get into this? What made you want music to be your passion? And give me an example or a story early where you came with an obstacle where it was like, do I really want to do this? Is this really my thing?
Well, I started singing when I was 8. Was I singing well? No. I was actually tone deaf, singing all off key, just not doing what I'm supposed to be doing within the arts. However, I studied piano. I took piano lessons from the age of 4 until I was about 14. But within that, I never learned how to read music. And that was definitely an obstacle and still is an obstacle that I face today, simply because I haven't mastered it. I didn't let that stop me. I decided to focus on the art of singing, and I was able to learn how to play the piano by way of my ear.
Like Prince.
Yes, like Prince. And just because of that, it pushed me even greater to want to learn how to sing and play the piano at the same time, because I was like, all right, I can listen to any song on the radio and go to the piano, start playing, and then start singing too. And from me training my ear for the piano, it helped train my ear within me singing as well. And it gave me the ability to sing a little bit better than what I was at 8 years old. So by, I want to say 12, was when I really started becoming comfortable within playing the piano and singing at the same time. And then also just becoming comfortable within performance. So then when I turned 13, I actually recorded my first song. It was called Changes. No, it is not out. Because
you can't find that on the Spotify.
Nope. you can't find that anywhere. But the hope is that I will be revamping that song, because that song really does hold a place in my heart, just because that was the first song I ever wrote. That was the first song I ever recorded.
Special.
And it's very special. The lyrics are so powerful. For a 13-year-old girl to write something that I can still relate to today at 22 is pretty impressive. So I want to share that with the world. I want to share that with others that, are going through changes in their life. So,
So when you were at A&T, how did you pursue your passion while you were at A&T, aside from, actually getting your degree,
Well, of course, I did not want to go to school for psychology or biology or biomedical engineering, which were the three options that I kind of relied on or focused on. So I wanted to go to school for music, but my parents said, absolutely no, that's not a real major. You're not going to do anything with that. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to show y'all up. So my freshman year, on December 8th, my freshman year, I conjured up a few of my friends, and we decided to start our own organization. And it's called Artistic Chaos. It is currently still on A&T's campus. Shout out to Artistic Chaos.
Shout out to Artistic Chaos. Yes.
So we decided to start the organization, and we gathered all of our thoughts that we needed, the colors and the name and the theme and the mission and the purpose, and we got that together. And then my sophomore year, December 8th, which is actually the day that I graduated, we founded the organization officially, handed in the paperwork to A&T, and it became an official organization. And it's geared towards women that have a sincere interest in music and the arts. So yes, it's only for the ladies. Okay. However, within that pursuit to fulfill my own organization, I joined a very well-established organization called Couture Productions. Shout out to Couture. Word. And that is where I truly gained my wings, and where I feel like I gained my stage presence, and I learned myself and my strengths and weaknesses as an artist. So I really, hold Couture really close to my heart, just because I feel like it played a large role in my growth as an artist. I'm still growing.
Well, yeah, shout out to Couture. I definitely I mentioned them in my previous episode. But when we come back, when we come back, we will continue our discussion with Highly Doubted with Gabe, Gabbe Ramsor. You're listening to Highly Doubted and I'm your host, K.Q Dawg. You're tuned in to WDRB Media, the voice of the community, the only station giving you double the information and inspiration. We're right back after this break. Welcome back to WDRB Media, the voice of the community, and those streaming live through free TuneIn Radio app and through iHeartRadio. You're listening to Highly Doubted, and I'm your host, K.Q Dawg. And if you're just tuning in, we're actually here with Gabbe Ramsor, a.k.a. Gabe, discussing her highly doubted story and her trials and tribulations from a young age to 13 to 22 and the meets between those. So last we were talking about you were at A&T and an organization called Couture. And I want to know, what was your position throughout your while you're in this organization? What was your positions, and how did that affect you and the people around you while you guys were doing the passion chasing for music?
My freshman year, I started off as just a mere measly member. However, I am one to stand hold and to believe in, leadership is the best way to make a change, and leadership is the best way to grow. So within that, my sophomore year, I served as Miss Couture. Within that position, I was responsible for making sure that members of the organization, as well as myself, and the e-board members, were involved in the community and giving back within the community through their passion and through their their talent, whether that's dance or modeling and singing, rapping, poetry, and so much more. So I made sure that we gave back to the community my sophomore year. I did not stop that, though. I always continued to give back to the community.
Gotta elevate.
Yes. Hey, elevate.
Elevate.
So then junior year, I actually continued to help with the community service. I did not serve as Miss Couture, but I did help within that. And then I kind of started leaning towards the coordinator position. And my senior year, I served as the word coordinator.
What is the word coordinator for people who don't know what that is?
Well, word is the sector within Couture that is geared towards poets, rappers, and singers. So it is the word
section.
Section, yeah. And within me being the coordinator, I was in charge of everyone. And for me to be an artist as a singer, it was very challenging because I had to give feedback to rappers, and I'm not a rapper. I had to give feedback to poets, and I don't do poetry. However, I took in the strengths and weaknesses that I gained within being in Couture, and I tried to shine that light within their talents. And I showed them the different examples of the ways that I grew, just by stage presence or writing and flow and, finding beats and just networking, connecting with other people to make sure that not only was I growing as an artist, but I was making sure that other people were growing as well.
Right. So what type of things have you accomplished? Not necessarily like blowing up, but what things in your heart that was an accomplishment for you? What was like a milestone that you've accomplished throughout your journey through this passion?
I feel like every step almost was an accomplishment in a sense. Like I said, I try to make sure that I look at everything in a positive light, even if it's negative. I try to find the best thing out of it. However, my accomplishments, I feel as though me putting out my first project on September 28th of 2017, it's called For Good, the Roman numerals though.
Okay, Roman numerals. Where can they find that? Where can they find that project?
That can be found on SoundCloud. Okay. And will actually be released on all platforms very, very soon. 2019 is coming.
Oh, yes. Best believe that.
It was a tester for me. I just wanted to see how people reacted to my voice and how people reacted to my artistry. So it's been up for a year and a couple months. But the hope is that once it's out on all platforms, that it'll really be heard by the world and heard by people that I would hope that would want to kind of pull me under their wing and mentor me and help me further my talent. So For Good was definitely one of my biggest projects, or my first project ever, actually, but one of my biggest projects that I'm proud of. And then I recently just released a single called Breathe on the day that I graduated, December 8th. It is a song of new beginnings. It's a song of just taking that breath and taking a leap of faith and just going forth. So.
I like that. Well, that is definitely something that I can get back behind. For Good mixtape. That what are you talking about in this project? For Good.
For Good is about the good of it's dedicated to everyone. So the songs that are on the album, or on the EP rather, not the album, the songs that are on the EP, the first song is called Friction. That is my favorite song. I feel like everyone loves that song. So to my body, can you feel that? Let's get naughty. I feel you feel me. Can you feel that? The friction, baby. Hopefully it's a hitter. But Friction is about the friction that you feel, between somebody. If you love someone, you feel butterflies and you start to sweat and
that butterflies in your stomach feeling right there.
Yes. So it's all about just kind of taking one person and another and putting them together and creating that friction, that love that usually is undescribable. The second song, called Tonight. I want you to show me switching roles. So, you know, in most cases, the male is dominating. But it's about the ladies taking over and kind of showing off their sexy side and giving their man everything that they feel that they deserve. Then Promises, the third song, is about, okay, the girl must have given too much because now her feelings are hurt.
Yeah, give not enough take.
Right.
Take not enough
exactly. So it wasn't 50-50. It was more like 75-25. So that that song is just about
issues. And text at like 3:00 in the morning. Why are you not texting me?
Right. Pretty much. No, for real though. I mean, it's all about broken promises, and you know, a guy will pretty much tell you anything. No offense to the man.
No, none taken. I mean, I know that, you know, there are certain men out there who use their powers for evil.
Right.
You know, I try my best to say for good. But no, I mean that's true. I mean, a lot of broken promises, and you know, usually it's mainly about the man breaking promises to the woman, and you know, I feel like what we should do as men, we need to start being accountable for our words and our actions, especially when we talk about someone that we really care for. You know, if we really give them a promise or we give them something that our word on, we should deliver. Because you don't want to be that person who doesn't come through with promises, and you definitely don't want to be that person that is on the track. You don't want to be that person.
Right. But, and the last song is Love Letter, and that's just a wrap up of everything.
Okay.
So.
I wrote you a love letter. It read, I love you, remember the day when we met. You picked me up and
Letter. Well, yeah, go ahead and check out that on SoundCloud. How can they find, you know, SoundCloud is so hard nowadays. You got to really be specific to search you on SoundCloud. So give the people a detailed search bar of how they can find you.
Okay. Well, on any social media, actually, I have a pretty unique last name.
All right.
You can just type in Gabrielle Ramsour. Ramsour is spelled RAM as in Mary, S as in Sam, EUR. There you go.
All right. Well, after this break, we'll continue discussion on Highly Doubted with Gabrielle Ramsour. You're tuned in to WDRB Media, the voice of the community, the only station giving you double the information and inspiration. Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to WDRB Media, the voice of the community, and those streaming live through the free TuneIn Radio app or the iHeartRadio. You're listening to Highly Doubted, and I'm your host, K.Q Dawg. And if you're just turning in, we're discussing Highly Doubted with Gabrielle Ramsour. She had to step out quickly, but if you liked the information that she was talking, if you liked her story, go out and support her. SoundCloud, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Gabrielle Ramsour. I'm gonna spell it out for you guys. GABRIELLE. That's the first name. Last name Ramsour. RAMSEUR. And for Instagram, there's an underscore there. So make sure you add that underscore so you're not getting confused with someone else. Also, go check out her music on SoundCloud, For Good. 4 songs that are definitely hot for you ladies who are, having that up and down or that journey with your mans. If started off with friction where the love is, then go to the broken promises, and then you go to the love letter to wrap it all up. But it's a very, very good project, and you guys should go check it out. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is the Highly Doubted vibe that I want to embody. Have people all over the place just talk about their story and really just give the people some new, refreshing ears, something to hear that's, more closely related to them, not necessarily going on that big platform and hearing it from a superstar. You hear it from someone who's making moves now, doing moves now, and still going and grinding. So definitely support her. Go out and support what she's doing. Look at her information, and definitely be a supporter. We are all highly doubted, so all we need is support. I'm good. Join us next week as we continue our discussion on Highly Doubted. I want to again thank our guest Gabrielle Ramsour. She was such a delight to have her, and hopefully we can see her through her journey, and hopefully she can come back on the show and tell us more about her story as it unfolds. Please remember to connect with me going to WDRB Media. Click on the radio show tabs and go to Highly Doubted page. Thank you for everyone tuning in. Continue to tune in again on Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, if you want to be a guest on the show or want free advertising, call me at 704-771-3971 or email me at can'tquit@icloud.com. That is KANTQUIT@icloud.com. You've been listening to Highly Doubted, and I'm your host, K.Q Dawg, on WDRB Media, the voice of the community for double the information and inspiration. Until next week, continue to be blessed.
Excuse me, do you have a minute? I just wanna talk to you for a minute. I just wanna give you my 2 cents. I just wanna give you my 2 cents.